Welcome to Savvy Business, Life Unscripted, with your host, Christina Rivera, where our guests share their wisdom and valuable business tips, empowering our audience to expand their personal potential.
Hi, Yoichi Utebi. Welcome to Savvy Broadcasting, Life Unscripted. I'm so grateful to have you here this wonderful evening. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm feeling great today. Thank you. Thank you for having me on this show tonight.
Yeah, you bet you. And I'm so grateful. Everyone can see right behind you your wonderful film that has just come. Well, it's due to come out in March, I believe. And the Cherry Bushido, which we're going to go deeper into, and what are some of the messages you're trying to relay and bring to people at this very important time. But I'd love for you to share a little bit about your backstory and how did you come to creating Happy Science and what is it?
Okay, sure. So my name is Yoichi. I'm a producer, one of the producers, of course. There are a few producers always in the movie. And I'm also a world lecturer of the spiritual organization called Happy Science. Happy Science is from Japan. It was established about 36 years ago by the executive producer of this movie, Ryuho Okawa. His name is Ryuho Okawa. He's like the founder of this organization called Happy Science. And we've been releasing a lot of movies. This is like a 28th movie produced by Happy Science for the past 25 years, but we were always in Japan. So this movie was also released nationwide, and we had like a #2 box hit a weekend, 2 weeks in a row. So we are very popular and very well known in Japan, but not so much in outside of Japan. So my mission as a producer is, of course, to support the producing of the film, but also since I speak English, that the organization told me, Yoichi, why don't you help us, bring this movie out to the world as well? So that's why I'm actually based in Los Angeles now from last December, and really trying to get these movies out to the world. And so United States, also in Asian countries, Europe. I was in Brazil just a few weeks back. I just came back from Portuguese last week. So even under the COVID situation, I'm traveling around the world. Lucky for me. So that's what I do. I'm also a lecturer of the Happy Science as well. So I do that as together with the producing the movies.
And I'm guessing the lecture topics have to do with a lot of the stuff that you cover in your movies, correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of good spiritual, heartwarming, positive messages that the world needs today.
Oh my God, so true. Now, you had a very interesting background growing up. You grew up in a Christian family in Japan, which is unusual.
It's very rare, a few percent.
Yeah, yes. But you also had dealings with the Muslim religion. So
I lived in Lebanon, Beirut, for about for 5 years, and there was a war break out. So I experienced the peace, war, and also I was a Christian, but also I was touched with the Muslim culture when I was very young. So I had a very good experience, when I was really young, spiritually. I was very fortunate to experience that.
And what's amazing to me is that you got to experience Christianity, Islam, and then also the culture of Japan, which is very different, Eastern culture from the U.S.
That's right.
What has been some of your greatest takeaway throughout your whole life through all your experiences?
That's a big topic. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, we are all same.
Yeah.
One source. Okay, even though you might be a Christian who believes in Jesus, you might be a Muslim who believes in Allah, Buddhism who believes in Buddha, or maybe you don't believe in a specific God's name, okay, but you still have some kind of a faith or something that you believe that is a higher energy source in the universe. And I think that is very important because without that, we can become very arrogant and very selfish. And you look around the world today and it's all selfish, conflicting each other. I don't want to say who is better, who's not. I don't want to get into that discussion. I just, in general, not just talking about what's happening in Europe, but just in general around the world. All ego, clashing and conflicting each other because there's misunderstandings. So
everyone wants to be right, and
everybody wants to be right, and I understand that, because we understand it, but sometimes we need to try to understand each other and also be humble about it. Okay, so try to take out the ego that you have in yourself and try to come to understanding. I know it's so difficult. It's so easy to say, but it's so difficult in the world. I mean, at the end of the day, it really comes down to whether are you loving other people? Do you live by giving love to others, or are you going to live by taking love from others?
Yeah.
No, that's like the core teaching of happy science. When you're living, you have to love yourself and also but to love others. And love is not to take from somebody. You want love from people, but that's not love. That's just the ego, selfishness. Love is supposed to give, right?
Yeah.
Because that's
I love that you're mentioning that, Yoichi, because I think what's important is so much what I'm seeing is power over others. It's like squish and take power over them. Instead of going, when you ask a lot of people, now that's what I loved about the Cherry Bushido, your movie, is that the characters have to go deep and discover what are their values, where do they stand spiritually to build their own internal spiritual fortitude.
That's right. That's right.
And this is something so necessary for today. And a lot of people might be going, well, I don't even know where I stand. What do I stand on? Where would you tell them to begin? With discovering what is their strength? Like where do they begin? Tell me.
Well, I think that's when that's what Bushido Spirit is. Bushido Spirit is a code of samurai. It's about when you say samurai, I think people kind of get understand. Oh, it's all those those guys, right? There's
the fighters,
so much discipline, okay? Because Bushido is it's a combination of a swordmanship, okay? How to use a sword, but not only that, it combined Buddhism and also Shintoism, which is a Japanese original religion, and also Confucianism, which came from China. So those three religions coming together under the swordmanship. That's how Bushido really became evolved, and it was about 800 years ago in Japan, and that kind of became backbone of Japan. Even though in modern Japan today, we're also losing, as Japanese people losing Bushido spirit nowadays, right? We don't have that anymore. We're just floating around. But even for Japanese people and around the world, it's not just for Japan. The Bushido spirit is not just for Japan, but it's for everybody around the world. I think it's those morality, dedication for yourself and also for others. So I think sometimes we need to kind of stop, just stop what you're doing and look at what's happening around you, but also look into yourself and within yourself and really think about yourself. In other words, look into yourself. Not many people does that anymore because everything is so much outward. People just look outside, but they never stop thinking about myself, inner self. So I think it's very important, especially with the COVID hitting us and so much things going on. It's a turbulence time. If you don't really get yourself into it and discover your true self, you're gonna be spinning around in this turbulence, and you don't want to do like that because people tend to put blame on others, the environment. I'm this because he did that, because the government did this, my company did this, the COVID did this. Everything is around about themselves, not you, but outside yourself. But at the end of the day, even though how true it is, at the end of the day, you have to come back to yourself and be responsible for yourself, because you can change your mind and you can control your mind, and nobody can actually interference with your mind, even how much they can take everything away from you outside, but spiritually, nobody can touch you. And I think those are the point that we really need to get to ourselves, each one of us, and discover. I know it's difficult. Discover true self. What does it mean? Right? People are gonna ask me, and that's it's big topic.
It's a big topic, but only one that you can answer yourself. I mean, no one can answer it for you.
That's right.
And
people can guide you.
They can guide you. And that's what you in the movie. That's what happening. She does have a guide that guides her back to finding her own spiritual strength.
That's right.
And fortitude.
That's right.
But what I love about this, and you are so right, with the turmoil all around the world, you can almost get into this this idea that it's happening to me, instead of saying, okay, stuff is happening, it's out there, but how am I going to respond to it? What is my response going to be? I can think the world is falling apart and curl up in the corner, or I can look for a solution. Because I think when you shut down and think it's happening to you, all your power is gone.
That's right. That's right. Yep. And everything. Your thoughts will manifest sometimes. Eventually, it definitely will, because every human beings are the living being of the thoughts. If you really think about it, even though we have bodies, 99% we're always thinking, and we're talking and we're acting. So whatever we think about will become realized in this three-dimensional world. So it's even though how difficult it is, I think it's very important to keep that. Again, keep that positive mindset. It's easy to say, but it's so difficult. But I think it's true. It's a golden rule. What you think is going to be who you are. So try to keep yourself being positive, and don't blame others, but always just take it in and just go forward step by step. And that's what this movie teaches you, right? Step by step, one day, one day, one day.
Yeah, no matter how bad it is. So what do you hope your greatest message in the movie, what do you hope that people take away as far as the greatest message in the movie?
Yeah, so one point is the true justice. Again, what is true justice? But I have to say, justice has to come from higher above, okay? Because one people can say, I'm true, I'm right, and other people can say, no, I'm right. And that's where the conflict starts. So I think the true justice, we really have to discover from the higher energy source, which that's why having faith and being humble is very important, I think. Without having faith, I'm not talking about a specific religion, but just that the mindset of having faith is going to open up the future for humankind. But if we don't, we're just going to be arrogant and we think we are the God of the entire universe, then the real God is going to tell us, okay, guys, if you leave, you forgot about me, then I don't know what I need to do to you guys. I might have to make you realize and understand. And until you understand, these sufferings and turbulence might continue on. So most important thing at the end of the day is the justice that comes from faith. And I think it's the courage, okay, to sometimes you need to stand up for what is right. Then again, if you standing up for what is right is a wrong thing, it's a wrong stand up. But it's so difficult to judge what is right and wrong. But you still need to have the diligence and morality as a human, of the part of your society. You should know whether you are doing the right thing or not. If you just look around as a part of your society, and if you think you're doing the right thing, then believe in that. And sometimes you need to stand up and be strong about it.
Well, what's great about you saying that, Yoichi, is that when you go deep and you see what's going on around you, often you can get swept up into what's going on, like the COVID thing you mentioned or whatever. You get swept into the drama of whatever's going on, and then you forget where do I fit in this? Where's my family? Where does my faith in Jesus, if you're Christian,
if you're Christian,
yes, if it fits into this. But if you're just in a whirlwind of listening to whatever's going on in the news and you're getting caught up emotionally, you're not in a position to even choose the correct actions or valid actions to move forward, because you're just coming off of pure emotion. Sometimes it takes stepping back and saying, okay, what do I really believe in this? Because what I find interesting the past couple of years with all the turmoil is you ask people, what is your true faith or belief? And they really can't tell you, because they've not sat down to be with themselves to say, where do I stand in the world? What do I truly believe? Not what I was told, not what my parents passed on, not what the culture is telling me. What do I believe? And what I think is wonderful about your movie as well is they stood up and realized Japan was at great jeopardy and could be eliminated. And they had to decide, no, this is our home. We're going to defend our home, even if we die. And they were willing to die for it.
That's right. So that's the true patriotism. When you say patriotism, sometimes people get a little bit offended with the word, but the true patriotism is like, nowadays, the world is so small. We're not talking about a specific country. We're not talking about just America or Japan. We're talking about the patriotism for the world, for the earth. And it's a love for the earth, and we need to protect the earth together. And so the patriotism, I think, is much, much bigger and it's more important. So in this movie, we talk about Japan specifically, but it refers to anybody around the world. It's about yourself. It's about you, not just about a specific person living in Japan. So.
No, it was a fabulous movie. I want everyone to be able to go check it out. Can they rent it? Can they buy it? Where can they go to check out the movie?
We just finished the theatrical release in US and Canada. We just finished it. So we're now getting ready for VOD and also DVD. It should be coming up in, I don't know, hopefully later summer. Okay. Usually it takes few months until the VOD releases after the theatrical release. But you can come to our website. It's at cherrybushidomovie.com, and you can just check us out. Then when the movie is released out to the world, on online, and that's when you can watch it. If you wanna subscribe to our Instagram, of course we'll announce it when the movie comes out. So
that's great. Well, this is so important. I really think people need to go within, because before you can change the world, you first have to look to see who are you, your space, you're in the sphere of the world. So to go about that reflecting, I think the Cherry Bushido movie is a perfect way to start. So everyone, please keep it on your radar, the cherrybushidomovie.com. I will put it on the bottom. And I have to thank you again for coming to share your great wisdom, Yushiba, today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You bet.
I hope everybody watch it. Thank you.
Like, subscribe, and share this episode. To listen to more savvy episodes and savvy biz tips, go to www.lifeunscriptedradio.com. To find out about our paid sponsorship opportunities or how to become a guest, email Christina at lifeunscriptedradio.com.